I'm Mike Scott. I'm the Eagan Fire Chief. Been chief for about 7 years, with the department for about 30 years. When we built this station, I was far more of a project manager than I was a fire chief. And again, my role in that was to find the best value for our tax dollars. So what we were looking for, based on past experience at our other stations, we had a lot more issues with the gear lockers than we would have liked. There were a lot of maintenance. Obviously, fire gear is often wet when you come back from scenes. If it's not wet at scenes, obviously we wash our gear because of all the regulations. So you're putting wet gear on a metal surface, and if the metal surface doesn't allow the gear to dry off, you're going to have rust and you're going to have a lot of maintenance issues. What we were looking for is something that was durable, long-lasting, and professional. Especially that professional look. This is a very nice looking station. It's going to be here for 50 plus years. We want equipment that's going to be here for 50 plus years. When we look at durability and we look at the cost of the product, I think they're very cost effective to start with, but you also need to look at the longevity of the product. So if we're paying another company to come in and sand our old lockers and repaint them several times, you really need to take all that into account, how much time you're going to spend maintaining the other products compared to the GearGrid product. Turnout gear for the most part lasts about 7 years, but obviously this is going to help it when it's properly stored to continue that longevity. So the boots, they're drying out underneath, because you got the air exchange underneath. The coats are hanging properly. They're not getting ripped because they're not on hangers that they shouldn't be on. Everything that GearGrid provides, it's designed with that industry in mind. When we met with GearGrid, we were just talking to them about our gear lockers. And talking to the company for a while, they started asking us about our other storage needs, and obviously at any fire station you're going to have a lot of storage needs. When I look at our other stations, oftentimes it's not a perfect solution. So we have fire hose that's sitting on wood, racking. We have SCBA tanks, fire extinguishers, oxygen bottles that are sitting on a wood shelf and they're just rolling around. So when we're talking to GearGrid and they started showing us some of their solutions that they have made for those products, we decided to go with that. And it's kind of a bonus in a couple senses. It's stuff that's designed for this specific equipment, plus it matches the gear lockers. And again, from an aesthetic standpoint, that's really what we wanted. I can't emphasize enough that when we build a fire station, it's a 50-year building, and we want it to look professional and very presentable to the public when they come through because they paid for it. So the custom solution, I think, is probably GearGrid's most hidden secret, if you will. I think a lot of people know that they have a great gear locker product, but what they don't know is all the other things that they do. So they came up with ideas for our storage needs that we had never thought of. And again, having that same look, uniform look throughout the station, that's so nice to have the same product. And we know it's going to be durable, it's going to be here for longer than I am. And that's one of the things that we're really happy about. The older lockers that we have at some of our other stations, again, they're the one size fits all. So as you change something in your turnout gear, like we're switching to a different brand of helmet, and now the new brand of helmet doesn't fit in those turnout lockers. Versus the GearGrid, it's easily reconfigured to whatever your changing needs are. It's been wonderful. We've actually used some of the GearGrid products and methods that we didn't think initially we were going to use them for when we bought the product, but we had some extra shelving units. And so, for example, we have a truck out of service right now, and it was really easy to take a GearGrid locker that had wheels on it, wheel it out, put the equipment on it, and wheel it away for storage. So we're coming up with some solutions that we hadn't even thought about when we bought the product.